37 total counts we know. That's significantly more than the 7 counts we thought were going to be in this indictment that was reported last night. There had been an argument put out there by Trump's team that these were trivial documents, mementos like that letter from North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. We now know, according to the indictment, that's not the case. This was the highest level of national security information. Plans of attack we're talking about, details of defense and weapons capabilities of the U.S., our nuclear secrets. Does that change the tenor of this prosecution? Does it impact the case when it goes before a jury?
Certainly it impacts the case. The jury isn't going to be told that these are simply personal effects. These are battle plans, top secret and secret materials, the sort of things that people get trained and are taught to protect because it's vital to national security. So this isn't going to be something where the defense team can simply dismiss it as saying it's papers that were left around. And the volume is significant. He's charged with over 30 separate acts or documents relating to the violation of the Espionage Act. So the amount of evidence is stacking up, and it is very serious given the nature of the documents.
And another of Trump's defenses ahead of this indictment was that he was the president. He can declassify these documents whenever he wants, and just by him taking them out of the White House, he declassified them. Well, we now know he was caught on tape, according to the indictment again, at his Bedminster golf club saying, hey, look at this document I have. I could have declassified it, but I did not do that. Again, that's according to the indictment. Feels like a little bit of a smoking gun here and kind of pokes a big hole in that argument.
There's a lot of smoking guns. I think the takeaway from reading these indictments is that self-inflicted wounds, if he is brought down, will be the cause of Donald Trump's fate, because so many of the statements that he made, both when he was running for president, when he was president, and then bragging to people who came and visited him at Mar-a-Lago, those may ultimately do him in because he was so brazen about it.
And you said something interesting just before we went on TV here this afternoon. It looks like several members of his legal team either had to be witnesses or are cooperating with this investigation.
Donald Trump released 2 attorneys from his legal team this afternoon, and in the indictments there are statements and conversations word for word between Donald Trump, including a description from an attorney about an action he made to suggest somebody should pluck items out of a box. Those sort of statements can only come from somebody who was a part of the conversation, so I think there's a concern about who are the witnesses against him and are they members of his former legal team.
A lot more to come. All right, good insight. Greg Henning, thank you as always. We appreciate it.